Sauer's offensive assistant coach for the San Francisco 49ers.
Whoa, hold it.
I'm not just here to be the token female. I'm here to help us win. The Surface Pro helps me get what's in my head and get it out onto the field.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
I would want to tell this little girl to keep pushing yourself. Your dream's coming.
Let's go. Let's run it again. Run it again. Let's go.
On the season finale of Fansville by Dr. Pepper, something big is terrorizing Fansville.
It threw that goalpost like a toothpick.
It punched a hole in the Jumbotron. I found this.
Big fan. I'll help you find your big fan, Sheriff. He wears shoulder pads with spikes in them. He doesn't just drink Dr. Pepper. He eats it. He'll be at the biggest tailgate of the year.
The mayor's gonna shut down that tailgate. Big fan is not real. Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville. In the game of football, you can never be too protected.
This is a whole other level.
Listen, I know a thing or two about pain. Joking. Like a sausage extra Christmas.
That sizzle, that's the soundtrack of Chipotle.
The soundtrack of Chipotle?
Oh, yeah. You come in, you're going to be hearing that sizzle. That's how you know we always have fresh food.
Fresh is what you stand for.
That's exactly.
Robinhood believes now is the time to do money. Without the commission fees and account minimums, so you can start investing wherever you are, even on the bus. Download now and get your first stock on us. Robinhood.
This is the biggest heavyweight fight in recent history. Here we go again. Shots fired, I'm going in.
Amor, dice si tienes la
Mami, ya las hice.
todo. Math y todo.
Sí. No se ramba. Okay.
Wild Theory 2, February 22nd, live on pay-per-view. Are you here for the looks? Or these looks? Into sharing the love? Or sending it? Nets, Sixers, Blazers, Rockets, Wednesday on ESPN. Ball for all.
Ladies and gentlemen, attention please. This is what we do. Nobody's ever won back-to-back natties. I'm just saying, there's a chance.
Clemson and LSU tonight on ESPN getting set for a championship battle. Last year, Clemson against Alabama was another huge showdown. The Crimson Tide at mistakes early. Clemson was able to seize control an early pick six against Tua Tagovailoa. Then a little shuffle pass on the inside of DTN goes in. And really, the Crimson Tide got a little desperate, tried to get back in the game, and Clemson was able to control things throughout and pull it away from the Tide. In the waning moments in the second half, Santa Clara and Justin Ross made spectacular play after play. Pete Higgins with a touchdown, 44-16. Was the final as Clemson won the second national championship under Dabo Swinney. Clemson started the season number one, but Dabo started talking about that rest of y'all bus, Roy bus, won 29 in a row, but then they fell to number 3, and he said nobody wanted him in the playoffs. But you see all these things that they do well. They outscore, they outgame, they dominate all of these games. They've hardly trailed for a second. That ain't no Roy bus. That's a Lamborghini that man's driving over there. I've heard I want to hear about the Roy bus. He's got an elite luxury automobile just trying to get another title as Maria Taylor's with them.
For the second straight season, you make the walk into the locker room before a national championship game. What's the message you've been building on for your team and for this moment?
Just be who we are. You know, it's really kind of the same message every week. The magnitude of this game doesn't change that. Just be who we are, trust our preparation, and have fun doing it.
Describe the moments and the preparations leading up to this moment. What have you seen from your team and the way they responded to you?
They've been focused. You know, they've been focused all year, and the prep for this has been tremendous. And they're excited to play. And it's going to be a great college football game tonight.
Great, thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it.
Maria Dabo, thank you very much. David Pollock and Nick Saban join us here now. And Nick, Dabo's trying to win this third title in 4 years. It's really difficult to maintain that excellence. How would you describe what it's like to coach, bringing a team back and trying to repeat?
Well, I think the one thing people need to understand, success is not continual, it's momentary. People have a difficult time really trying to maintain a standard of excellence when they have success. And I think my hat's off to Dabo for them winning 29 games in a row, the championships that they've won, and being able to bring themselves back to the Coach, I think what makes this a little bit different in the SEC West, that's the deep end of the pool. I mean, every week it's one thing after another, and you guys are taking body blows. In the ACC, even though Dabo's tried to say, hey, we're playing good teams, they really didn't have superior competition. So he's had to come up with the Roy bus. He's had to come up with creative ways. The media's against you, and this person's against you. So I think it's a different set of challenges that his team. I have two kids on the team. Like they're buying into it. Like the players buy into nobody respects us. So whatever it takes to push the buttons, right, gets them right.
You know what really helps? They also got continuity on the staff, and they continue to have continuity. Coach Saban can talk to you a little bit about four defensive coordinators in 5 years, and all the replacements. Venables has been there, and he's one of the best in the business for 5 years. OC, by the way, they're finally having turnover for the last 5 seasons. They've kept continuity, kept staff. He doesn't have to go recruit his own staff every year. They know the expectations. That's a hard thing to do.
One of the most difficult things to do is to repeat as champions. The coach will tell you that. When I got drafted by the Washington Redskins, they just beat Buffalo Bills in the Super Bowl, right? And Coach Gibbs, he was just a guy who was determined to repeat. The first year, the bullseye isn't on your back. But that second year, when you're trying to repeat, everyone's giving you their best shot. And that's what makes it so difficult, right, Coach?
Right, no doubt. I think, complacency creates a blatant disregard for doing the little things right. And to be a champion and to repeat as a champion, you have to do the little things right, and you have to do it every day. And I think that's the most challenging thing, and that's one of the things I respect about both these programs. They've had a lot of success. You can say what you want about who Clemson plays, but when they played Ohio State, they played a really good football team, and they came back in the game and did what they had to do to win. So they've shown a lot of resiliency to me in the way they competed in that game.
Coach, for our fans, the little things. Give us examples of the little things and how they add up to big things.
Well, I'm talking about things like you're supposed to lift weights at a certain time. You're supposed to go to class, not just on the field thing, right? But you're supposed to look at the ball. You jump off sides. You start having, pre-snap penalties. All the little things that take discipline. Discipline is all about, you make choices and decisions about what you do and what you don't do. Here's something I'm supposed to do that I know I'm supposed to do that I really don't want to do. You're going to do it or not. I mean, that's what it comes down to. I think that's the thing that when people have success, it's really difficult to get them to maintain.
29 in a row. Sweetfield tried to go 30. No major college team has been able to do that in the modern era. There's been a lot of talk about the LSU offense against the Clemson defense. But if you look at the buzz, LSU is making its way here. The flip side of that's going to be really important tonight, too. LSU's had some vulnerability, played much better a little bit later on in the season. So many weapons for Trevor Lawrence and QBR. Near 94, he's a great college football playoff game. And since that North Carolina game, his numbers have been every bit as good as Joe Burrow's. Since that game, they've had the most prolific offense in the country. LSU has improved the last 4 games coming in.
They're healthy. They've gotten some younger players to step up, and it's freed up Grant Delpit and others to be able to play free and loose, playing a much more aggressive style now.
Travis Etienne from the state of Louisiana, hoping to have a redemptive type night from his last time here. He's going to be a guy that will be important both running the ball and receiving, averaging 8 yards to carry. Great after contact. Quite a challenge tonight for the LSU defense and the Clemson offense.
Up front, they're big guys, but they can also move. They got a really good pass rusher.
Big rush by Chason, and he takes Hurts down back inside the 25.
He's powerful. He can turn a corner. He's got motor.
There's an option on each play, better to run the football or throw it or appeals. He makes the right decisions. The throws he makes is crazy. His arm strength is incredible.
So that was a strike. That was a dart.
Got the Philip Award winner.
Look out. Wiggins will stop it with a sack.
He'll be aboard like always, just winning matchups. Really just finding some spots where it's at.
There is Joe Burrow. as good as he has been from a completion percentage standpoint, barring just a catastrophe, he's going to set a single-season record for completion percentage. He's been on target nearly 88% of his throws. That is
that good?
Absurd.
And he's, by the way, he's throwing downfield. It's not like it's Hawaii. They're throwing,
on the run.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, he's among the national leaders too in completed balls that are thrown 15 yards or more downfield. Now Trevor Lawrence also has a big arm. He had some big plays against you guys. From your defensive perspective, if you're dealing with Trevor Lawrence, what's the most important thing in defense?
I think the most important thing when you play Clemson is you have to stop the run, and that includes quarterback runs because there were like 16 called quarterback runs in the Ohio State game. So it's like you're defending Wildcat every time. But then the issue is you try to play an extra guy in a block box and you're playing middle field coverage. You've got single coverage outside. They do a great job with the play action passes as well as hitting it down the field. But here you see a quarterback draw, a quarterback counter. Here's the play action game now, really coming off of the run action that they use the most, which is just a zone read. And you see their single coverage in the back end. Corners are straight up, man are playing 3D zone because you're always trying to get an extra guy in the box. Travis can get the ball in the perimeter. The quarterback's an extra runner. You got an extra hat every time the quarterback is a runner. So this is very, very difficult when you have a quarterback that can run the ball, go play action passes with great skill guys outside, as well as a great running back to try to defend in the running game. And if you put the extra guys in there, they're going to beat you down the field because they have a great vertical passing game.
Coach, with all that being said, one thing about this game that stood out. First time all year there was a defense that had confidence to jam them, disrupt the timing, play a bunch of man-to-man on them, and I think it affected their passing game. They couldn't run the ball. They couldn't get their passing game going. Dave Aranda from LSU, the defense coordinator, he's sitting there watching that. What will he learn and try to implement tonight that he learned from watching Ohio State defend these guys?
Well, Ohio State played middle of the field coverage every down in the game. Until third down, they had some simulated pressures and things like that were effective. But I think he's going to see that if you can stop the run and single coverage outside and play their guys man-to-man, which is a challenge, which we could not do last year.
Yeah.
I mean, they just killed us outside.
Sure.
And they made a lot of big plays. And control the big plays and don't let them run. And create some third down situations where you can pressure the quarterback and affect the quarterback. I think that's going to be really a key for him. And that's probably what he saw in that Ohio State game. Because they did that effectively for a long time.
Two great corners at Ohio State, too.
But the
And
quarterback...
LSU,
the different style. The Ohio State really physical. These LSU corners are outstanding, but they're a couple yards off, and they're more patient. Ohio State, man, Arnett was jamming to the line of scrimmage. To me, it's a different scheme.
I think the biggest difference in the secondary, I would think, is LSU safeties, though, too. I think LSU safeties are better than Ohio State safeties. I think Ohio State's cornerbacks, those guys are very elite. But their safeties aren't athletic, they're not fast. I think LSU safeties are going to be key in this game. They're going to have to come down, and Coach talked about middle coverage. The way they play Delphi is going to be really interesting tonight.
Well, I think the way LSU plays, they play a 3-4, they play 4 eyes, they force the ball outside, and they play a lot more split safety coverages. They're still going to play one-on-one outside, but that style of play can be a little bit more difficult to attack with RPOs, play action passes, and they can stop the run in that defense because you're going to force everything else outside.
We'll see how successful they're going to be able to do it. A heavyweight fight coming up here tonight between LSU and Clemson. Ed Ogeron, the AP Coach of the Year, controversial in some quarters when he was elevated from an assistant position as a head coach on an interim basis. They got him permanently in his Heisman Trophy winning speech. Joe Burrow said they should give Coach O a lifetime contract. If he finishes the deal tonight, he might very well wind up doing just that. Don't forget, UFC 246 coming up Saturday night, 10 o'clock Eastern Time on ESPN+. Preliminary start around 8 o'clock Eastern Time. It'll be Conor McGregor and Cowboy Cerrone squaring off in a welterweight championship bout. We're pleased to be joined now by Conor McGregor, who's with us as we get ready for our own version of a big-time fight tonight in Mercedes-Benz Superdome. So, Conor, as you look at this, you've held a couple of UFC titles at the same time. What about this fight brought you back into the octagon?
For me right now, it's about the love of the sport, the love of competition. I've been inactive the last couple of years, and I want to get more active. I'm in my prime, 31 years of age, just turned. As you said, I held 2 world titles simultaneously in the past, and I want to get back to what got me there. Consistency, hard work, and consecutive bouts. And that's it. That's why I'm back. I'm back for the love of it. Now I have Donald Cerrone, a good fighter in front of me, and I'm looking forward to it. Very excited. The training has gone phenomenal, and we're very excited for the fight.
Now, he'll fight anybody. He's a tough guy. What do you expect from him?
Well, like I said, I was inactive, right? I had a period of inactivity, probably the longest period of inactivity in my entire career, whereas against Donald has been the most active. So it's a nice comeback for me to stake my claim and show where I'm at. Moving up in weight class also opens up more options. There's a lot going on in the 170 division as there is in the 155 division where I was previously champion. So I want to open up my options and climb that rank also. Not many people in the fight game in the UFC have gone through the divisions like I have, and I want to continue to do that. I feel good at this weight. It's what I currently weigh right now, so there's no weight cut, there's no dehydration, there's no strenuous cut incoming. It's just focused on practice, focused on preparation. And for me now, I'm looking at this like a season, I suppose like a football season, right? I'll have one bout, and then God forbid I come out safe, and I will continue and have more bouts and have a good period of activity and get back to where I was. And
All right,
even
Connor,
higher.
I know you spent a little time around football. You spent some time with the Cowboys. We've got Tigers versus Tigers tonight. You've got a tiger tattooed on your ab. So which stripe of tiger are you going with tonight? LSU or Clemson?
I don't know. For me, I love the tiger, right? The tiger is a cat that exudes confidence, exudes calmness, and is also a ferocious animal. So I have a lot of love for the tiger, and I wish both teams well, and I can't wait to see the match take place. I actually find it amazing that the American football teams, they name most of their teams after the animals. I think that's pretty cool, and that's pretty cool. I look forward to seeing the game today.
It's going to be a great one. Connor, thanks for spending time with us. Best of luck in the fight against Cowboy Cerrone coming up on Saturday night.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Conor McGregor, 10 o'clock Eastern Time. You can see it, UFC 246 preliminary bout start at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. I think most of the people, at least outside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, is hoping that it'll be the LSU Tigers, the ones that are at home on the bayou. Look at Coach O. I'm not sure that's a good base right there for these. That shoulder's turning in, dripped right out of the hole. Hey, we'll tell you about Trevor Lawrence's last loss and the surprising guy who was the architect of it. It's all coming up with championship.
He was just a guy. He was just known. And he hadn't lost a game. Win after win after win after win.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please.
We just continue to go into different stratospheres with this LSU offense and the way that Joe Burrow is playing.
Do you love Reese's? Do you love Reese's Pieces? Well, have we got a deal for you? We're making Reese's with Pieces. Sort of like a buy one, get one free. Inside the thing you just got. I'm sorry, Reese's. The famous meat lovers pizza from Pizza Hut. Over a pound of meat and cheese for just $10. It's more pepperoni for your penny, more beef for your buck, more... You get the idea. Get yours delivered now at PizzaHut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
How does the automatic emergency braking in the Chevy Equinox work?
I don't know. What?
Can you tell me how lane keep assist with lane departure warning works?
Lane departure warning? What is that exactly?
How does forward collision alert in the Equinox work?
That one I don't know.
Kids may not know about the 2020 Chevy Equinox's standard safety features, but every parent should.
Leave it to me. I'll get your taxes in an okay place.
What?
Well, just as soon as my audit is over. This gets my undivided attention.
Take a lot of trips to the islands, Bill.
Pretty great, right? Oh, Phil's legally dead. Fell off a boat. Going by Dennis now. Solari. Long story. Then we got, not gonna want to see this.
I don't think this is gonna work. Just okay is not okay. AT&T has America's best network, now with our best plans at our best prices, starting at $35 a line for 4 lines. New from AT&T.
Prime Time is back. Watching for the Lake Show or the Showstoppers? In for the action or the reaction? You here for the Saturday slams or the Prime Time fans? Clippers Pelicans, Lakers Rockets, Saturday on ABC. Ball for all.
This is Championship Drive, presented by Mercedes-Benz.
One thing I wish we still had on the volume was our French language. I think the age of Coach Ed is the last ones that really can speak it fluently. He hasn't talked to a lot of people in French, but when he's sitting down with us, after a while it comes back to him. He's part of us. He's part of everybody. He's a homegrown boy. I'm proud of him. I guess we're all.
And Ogeron takes great pride in being from Louisiana. He started his playing career at LSU, got homesick, went home, had to work putting up telephone poles and digging some ditches, and quickly decided football was a much better option. He became a lineman for Northwestern State, one of the great defensive line coaches as an assistant. He's evolved into a head coach now with LSU and a chance to win a national championship tonight. He's with Tom Rinaldi.
Ed, a long road to get here. I can tell how excited you are, but how do you coach your team to manage the emotion so that they can execute?
You know, it's going to be about playing at the LSU standard performance from the beginning of the game to the end of the game. There's going to be waves of emotion on both sides. We got to match up to 60 minutes.
How do you use the home field advantage that you certainly expect to have here against the opponent?
Big plays fuel emotions. The more plays we make, the more excited they're going to get.
Appreciate the time.
Go Titans.
Thanks, Ed.
Well, the last time LSU was on this stage, it was against Alabama in 2011 season, the 12 championship game, and Alabama just cut their souls out. C.J. Mosley making that interception. He didn't cross the 50-yard line until late in the game. And candidly, LSU has had a wounded psyche since then, until this year. Yep. You see Trent Richardson finally finding a little daylight on the outside. The Crimson Tide dominated this game. LSU didn't have 100 yards of offense. They didn't have 100 yards of offense.
Crossed midfield in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, at the end, that's what I said. In the waning seconds, the last time that they were in the stage, and now they have an opportunity. Look at this offense from right around that time, 2010 to 2018.
Caveman offense?
This is the caveman offense. Remember Joe Burrow said they were in the Stone Age, but then they went into the time portal with Joe Brady. Brought Burrow in as a quarterback, had 49 points a game, nearly 600 yards. It was 400 yards passing. They appeared to be virtually unstoppable. I mean, even Auburn held them to 23 points, their lowest season output, but they had 500 yards, a couple of turnovers in the red zone. I mean, they have moved the ball on everybody. But you look at this, Nick, and Ogeron being willing to make that type of philosophical change and to delegate the way he did. What's the significance of that?
Well, I think it's the whole key to their success, and you got to give Ed a lot of credit for doing it. I I mean, we did it at Alabama a few years ago. When you're a defensive-minded coach and you've grown up running the ball, like being conservative, playing good defense, and winning games, and the game changed. When RPOs came and everybody spread it out, the game changed. And if you don't join that crowd, you're never going to be able to make enough explosive plays in a game and score enough points, and that's what they did this year. They came out and they create so many problems when you play LSU. With the matchups that they have, the three really good receivers that are hard to guard, great tight end, great running back, and a quarterback that can execute it, and a really good scheme where they put people all over the place and put wide receivers in the backfield, empty, make the defense declare itself. And Joe knows exactly what he's going to do with the ball before the play ever starts because of the system and the scheme.
And what tells me and you that if you're Brent Venables, you got 2 weeks to get ready, you got to show him one thing and then go to another to try to affect not just him, but his wide receivers. And I guess that's the part of this game, because as far as his ability to process, recognize coverage, his mind sees it now. Ball gets out, and he's got 5 guys who are going to play in the NFL, the back of the tight end included. Someone's going to win one-on-one, and Joe inevitably is going to find them. So what I want to see is Brent Venables, with 2 weeks to go,
Absolutely.
to come up with some wrinkles, to try to fool Joe Burrow. To me, can he do it? Because nobody's been able to do it up to this point.
Oh, he can do it, and Coach knows it. Just think, a year ago, when Alabama played Clemson, I think it was the first series Tua came out there and threw the pick 6. That's because he had extra time. And what it's about is the pre-snap reads for the quarterback, and then how things change post-snap. And that's what he's really, really great at. So, but I want to ask you about Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Coach. I think that Joe Burrow is, the most important person on the offense. But I don't think that Clyde Edwards-Helaire gets enough credit for what he means to LSU's offense. Can you talk about Edwards-Helaire's role in LSU's offense?
Well, I think he is the most difficult guy to defend in the country at his position. He's a great receiver. He's a really good runner. He makes a lot of people miss, and people underestimate how much power he has. I mean, he breaks a lot of tackles. I mean, this guy can do everything. I mean, he's really hard to cover. He's one of the guys that create a lot of mismatches. But I agree with what Kirk is saying about if you have to change the look in the back end. You have to be able to run simulated pressures, which means somebody's rushing that they don't expect to rush. So you get some cheap pressure on the quarterback, and you're still dropping 7 guys. And you have to do all these things to affect Joe, because when Joe looks at the sidelines all the time, he's not getting a new play all the time. Sometimes they're just telling him what the other team's in, because they're making the defense declare itself by the formation and by the look. So he knows where he's going to go with the ball before he ever takes a snap from the center, because they might have a 1 high beater on this side and a 2 high beater on that side, and he knows exactly what he's getting. And if you don't change those looks,
trouble.
After the snap, you're going to be in trouble.
That post-snap is important. Yeah, Kirk was in the film room with him, and he said, see this guy turn here, he's busting this coverage, and he went there immediately.
Real quick, the other thing he'll do is he'll throw the ball when a guy's in phase, but the DB doesn't have his head. He goes, if that DB doesn't have his head turned, he's open. I'm like, he's open, he's in phase, he's right next to your receiver. He goes, I don't care, he's not looking. So watch tonight. Clemson those DBs better get their head turned around and find the ball, or that's trouble.
And sometimes when you find the ball too early, they're great at the back shoulder.
Yes.
And, all these receivers on both teams' receivers are great at the 50-50 ball. They are great at getting the 50-50 ball. They got good size, they're strong, they use their body well, and they got great hands.
You mentioned Edwards-Helaire. He's the first guy in SEC history to have 1,000 yards rushing and 50 catches on the season. Burrow can use all of those weapons. Will Clemson be able, if they can't fool Burrow, can they fool the receivers and get a little miscommunication
or the O-line
on that side? Yeah, we'll see how it goes as we get ready for this championship game between LSU and Clemson. Poor Joe Brady's gotten a lot of credit for what LSU's offense has done, but another guy also for being selfless throughout this is the offensive coordinator, Steve Ensminger, who endured a horrific tragedy with his family. Tom Rinaldi has the story of the Ensminger family when you come back.
She would have wanted him to coach that game and win and put 70 on the board. And she wants him to win that national championship.
It's my time.
Dr. Doolittle. You can talk to animals.
Yes. The adventure begins. Is that the dragon? Oh my God!
Doolittle. Rated PG.
I know this guy. I've talked to him on the phone. He knows his stuff.
Your face is amazing. It's how you see the world. It's how the world sees you. But what happens when you forget about your face? When you neglect it? For something so important, are you taking the best care of it? Healthy skin needs healthy skincare. Get a free 60-minute session when you join today. Massage Envy. Keep your body working.
WeatherTech is known for providing the ultimate protection for your vehicle with laser-measured floor liners and cargo trunk liner, along with seat protectors and seat back protectors. And now the WeatherTech Cup Phone with removable cups fits virtually any size cup holder and adjusts to fit virtually any size phone. Even allows easy access while charging. Whatever you drive, whatever phone you have, Cup Phone is the perfect fit. Order yours today at WeatherTech.com.
Are you here for the looks? Or these looks? Into sharing the love? Or sending it? Nets, Sixers, Blazers, Rockets, Wednesday on ESPN. Ball for all.
You're watching Championship Drive, presented by Mercedes-Benz. Championship Drive, presented by Mercedes-Benz, is brought to you by Taco Bell's Live My Student Section, giving the biggest gains back to the biggest fans, the students, since 2014.
There is the Taco Bell Live My Student Section. Taco Bell is partnered with the College Football Playoff. One of the coolest things that they do is they provide 500 tickets for the student section from both teams to be able to get in free and come support their teams, part of the whole pageantry and part of the Live My Student Section with Taco Bell. Both Clemson and LSU students getting free tickets to come watch the national championship game and see if Clemson's defense can do anything with Joe Burrow and this LSU offense. Lead the nation in scoring, nearly 49 points per game and in total offense, better than 564. We've been held to the best yardage output they were held by was Mississippi State. Clemson's defense, on the other hand, leads the nation scoring defense. First time since Oklahoma and LSU at the end of the 2003 season, we've had the highest scoring offense against the best scoring defense. In the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, Burrow was magnificent. 7 touchdown passes, accounted for an 8th on the ground. Clemson has allowed just 9 all year. And in the college football playoff, Clemson has been very good after making adjustments at halftime. How will this matchup shake out tonight?
Burrow dodges the rush. Going for Jefferson again. Joe Burrow knows exactly where he wants to go with the football.
He's just incredibly smart. It just makes me sick to watch him on tape. He's like watching Tom Brady, just more athletic. And that back 22 is special.
He runs angry, man. He don't want to be denied. He can run 3 around and catch the football.
Kind of reminds me of Kamara for the Saints. They create a lot of mismatches with him. It's just crazy how they generate the plays that they make.
Here comes the pressure. Fields coming forward.
Venables is used to having the answers. They have a really good coach that gets them in the right positions. It's going to be fun. This is the kind of game that I like to play. It's going to be me against him on the field.
You'll have to pick up his blitzes. They're going to try to attack us in some way, attack our protections. We need to keep on doing the things that we do.
Go in there with the mind frame. We just ready to put on a performance.
It's going to be quite the showdown as the fog starts to set in here in New Orleans. Look at these numbers. 49 points, allowing just over 11, but it is definitely true that outside of Ohio State, Clemson hasn't seen an offense like the one they'll see tonight. We're joined by Texas A&M head coach Jimbo Fisher as well, the only guy to face both Clemson and LSU during this regular season. And as you look at this, you got ready to prepare for Clemson in the early part of the season. What is it that makes going against their defense so difficult?
Well, I think, they always had the 4-down pressure, but I think in the offseason they went and got to a 3-3 package, and they allowed to take Simmons and move him around from the middle of the field to the edges, and you didn't know if he was playing safety, you didn't know if he was playing back or the extra blitzer. You had to find where he was at, and allowed them to simulate a lot more pressure from the 3-down and the 3-3 package than it did before.
Okay, you can come up with a lot of plans, Nick, but not many of them have worked very well against Burrow. Why is that? Show us something from LSU.
Well, I think they create a lot of problems with their formations and how they utilize their players. They put players in the backfield. We call that Romeo. They get a lot of empty formations. They like a lot of four open type formations. Here they've got number one in the backfield in the running back position. The running back's out at number one, so now you got a linebacker who really is matching up on the guy in a matchup zone. It's a mismatch type situation. Yeah. So he's going to take advantage of it. Now you got one-on-one coverage with the tight end backside because we rotated to all those receivers strong. Now this is a simulated pressure, which I think this is what Jimbo was talking about. When we get a free runner right up in the A gap, and we're playing two-trap coverage, we don't play it very well. It's a 3rd and 10, and the running back gets a first down. Yeah. And this is when it was a 7-point game. Here's an empty situation now. We're trying to show a simulated pressure. We're going to play 2 deep man-to-man. Joe sees it. He wants a quarterback draw. Everybody's got their back turned. So if the front 4 guys can't manage him, you're all the way to the safeties. All right, so here they got number 2 in the backfield, Jefferson, who is another mismatch problem. This is against Georgia. All right, they clear it out. All right, they take him out. All right, now you got another problem. So that makes the defense declare itself all the time. All right, but what Jimbo just said about playing a 3-3 package with a guy like number 11 for Clemson, because you really need to play 6 defensive backs against LSU if you're going to match up with them when they do all this stuff. Or if you're in nickel, they're going to know what you're doing every down. All right, so if you play 6 DBs, which number 11 is kind of a hybrid guy, he can do both, and you play a 3-2 front, the multiples of things that you can do coverage and pressure-wise can really give them some problems. And they can run a lot of simulated pressures because they got guys rushing and guys dropping who are supposed to be rushing, which really messes up your pass protection.
Jim, I want to ask you something as a play caller. It's a cat and mouse game tonight, right?
Yes.
You've got LSU, you got Joe Burrow, you got all these weapons we're talking about. Then you got Joe Brady and Steve Insminger and a lot of delayed snaps. And then you got Brent Venables, who's notoriously known as a defensive coordinator who waits to the very last second to get the call in. How do you see that cat and mouse game going, and how do you dictate things if you're on the offensive side against it?
Well, I think what Ohio State did early last week by running a bunch, not waiting, they hurried up and got him into it and made him declare very quickly. Then they started picking and choosing, and then Trent in the second half got into it and found out what they do. But I don't think you can do any one thing. You're going to have to go hurry. You're going to have to hurry up plays that you do on one-word calls, and then you're going to have to do it and disguise them, knowing that they were already in them, and then get the matchups in which you want or switch your personnel. It will be a cat and mouse game all the way back and forth because of the hurry-up prop of LSU, but then they're going to slow it down to try to get the right matchup.
The one thing that Joe does, all right, which he does a great job of, is he looks at the sideline, but he never leaves the quarterback position.
Exactly right.
All right, and he changes plays, and he gets information from the sidelines, but you can't change defense if the quarterback doesn't leave the home position.
Exactly.
Because they'll do that quick snap on you, and all your players are looking at the sidelines, and they'll throw the ball right over your head.
Yeah.
All right, so that's one thing that Joe does very, very well that Clemson's defensive coordinator is going to have to manage in this game in terms of how he tries to kill his defenses to match up with them.
Interesting.
2 things jumped out at me about the LSU offense. They have scored points 94% of the quarters this time.
Wow.
94%. Hello. And they score quickly. 78% of their touchdown drives have been under 3 minutes. This is going to be one of the best all-around teams offensively in the history of college football right now.
If they close this off, just from an execution and timing standpoint, have you guys have had some great offenses. Have you seen a better offense as far as full progression reads and how quickly a quarterback processes and gets it out? Have we seen a better one?
It's in one of the all-time teams. Actually, the record they're trying to break in points is our 2013 Florida State team. That's a team that has the point record right now.
That's what I'm asking.
We were in that same progression because we ran a pro-style system, and we had a quarterback at that time that could progress all the way through it, and you had 5 guys that could make plays. The key to them, to me, is the 5 guys. All of them are difference makers, but his legs are a difference maker.
That's the 6 guy.
That's 6 guys, and that makes a big difference. And then the intelligence level of these players. That you say what they're doing on offense, what Nick was showing, putting different guys. Usually, you got one guy you can put in the backfield.
Yeah,
they're moving all those guys, and you watch back. Hilaire's outside. They run rub and pick routes like he's a wideout.
I know.
He does it just like a wideout.
Yeah.
You don't see that very
And
often.
if the linebacker's out there on him in space,
it's a mismatch.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's
they
done.
create so many problems. But, on the other side, Clemson can score points, too, so it's going to be
But
interesting.
Coach, where's this offense if they close it off tonight? Where would you put it up? Would it be one of the best you've seen?
Well, I think it is because it's one of the most difficult to defend because